Happy Saturday, everybody. I'm KHOU 11 meteorologist Pat Cavlin here with just a quick update on Beryl as it continues to move through the Gulf of Mexico. We're still working off of the 7 p.m. advisory, which had winds at 60 miles per hour. So still a tropical storm. We have not seen this really gain any strength through the course of the day. In fact, it looks pretty ragged on satellite right now, but we do have some new convection developing right there. If you wait to the end of the loop, you'll see it flare up again, but it's very, very small at the moment. So we just got to kind of wait and see what happens over the next few hours. But this is moving to the northwest at 13 miles per hour. The new update comes in 1 hour at 10 p.m. And we'll have to see if there are any changes then. But with that update, we also get a new forecast cone. So let's take a look at the forecast cone that we are working with right now. This is from 4 o'clock this afternoon. Again, we get these every 6 hours. So the next one comes in at 10 p.m. And the messaging has been the same. It's been pretty consistent over the last 24 hours. We're still expecting landfall somewhere between Corpus Christi and Brazoria County, with Matagorda Bay being in the bullseye for now. But again, I mean, you know how this goes. The storm can go anywhere within that forecast cone, and sometimes it even goes outside of the cone. But there is really good agreement on the models right now that the path of the storm will stay within that cone. So again, between Brazoria County and Corpus Christi, the timeline looks to be between Monday at 1 a.m. and Monday at 1 p.m. So sometime around sunrise on Monday, we're expecting landfall as a Category 1 hurricane. And then from there, the storm passes to the west of the city of Houston before eventually racing off towards the north and east away from us. So the city of Houston not taking a direct hit, but because the storm passes us to the west, that puts us on the east side, or the dirty side of the storm. And that's why we are concerned about some pretty decent impacts across the area. So here's what we're talking about in terms of impacts. Coastal flooding, thanks to 2 to 5 feet of storm surge. So places from Galveston all the way down the coast under a storm surge warning right now. And then also rain flooding, a lot of heavy rain anticipated for certain parts of the area. We also have an enhanced risk for tornadoes starting tomorrow and continuing to Monday as well. So here's Future Track. This is a brand new run of our high resolution Future Track model with the Hurricane Center's forecast. There's the storm on the bottom of the screen. This is tomorrow afternoon, but watch what's happening up here at home. These huge rain bands starting to pivot onshore, and these are the bands where we're going to see the potential for heavy rain, but for tomorrow's sake, it's going to be the tornado threat that we're worried about with these bands. As we fast forward this now, getting into Monday morning, there is 3:30 in the morning, heavy rain now starting to impact Matagorda and Brazoria counties, even parts of Wharton, Fort Bend, getting into Colorado counties. Storm still has not made landfall. I would say around sunrise, though, we see landfall. And with this model run, this takes the storm pretty much right up the center of the forecast cone as a Category 1 hurricane, and you just get this tremendous amount of rainfall here. That includes the city of Houston, that includes Galveston. So this is where we could see that flooding potential become a concern. And notice as we go through the day how we see these rain bands. They're very skinny. Outside of those bands, some of us don't get any rain. But within those rain bands, we could see those totals add up very quickly if they sit over the same area for an extended period of time. So that's why the flooding threat is going to be so pronounced on Monday. But by Tuesday, I think a lot of this gets out of here and we start to turn a corner and turn a bit drier as we get to the middle of the week. By the time it's all said and done, the lower end averages for rain totals, 2 to 4 inches. I think most of us, though, could see 4, 5, 6 inches of rain. And then in the worst spots, the worst pockets, we could see over a half a foot of rain. But pinpointing those pockets, it's going to be almost impossible to do until the actual day of. So there's the tornado risk that I was talking about. This is for tomorrow. Notice it includes the city of Houston and then points south down towards the coast. It's not a huge threat, but it's not zero. And typically with strengthening tropical systems like this one is, you see a bigger likelihood of tornadic cells coming in off the Gulf. So please have a way to get warnings tomorrow, because that's going to be a big threat for us as we go through the afternoon. So there you go. Tropical storm warnings right now in effect for Southeast Harris, Southern Liberty, Chambers, Galveston, Brazoria, Wharton, Colorado counties, and then a hurricane warning in effect for Matagorda County, and that's until further notice. And then storm surge warnings in the white for all of our coastal areas from Chambers County through Galveston, Brazoria, and Matagorda counties. This is where we could see storm surge upwards of 3 to 5 feet, especially as you get closer to the center of that cone. So this is what we're anticipating. It's tomorrow and Monday that we are most focused on. We have issued a weather impact alert day for tomorrow and for Monday. That is for the flood and tornado potential. What do you do at home? Make sure that you have your flood preps in place. If you live in an area that's prone to flooding, you've been through it before, have those plans ready to go and watch that forecast, because any small deviation in the storm strength and in the storm's path obviously could have big impacts on exactly how everything kind of unfolds the next few days. So this is what we're expecting: a tornado threat for a good portion of southeast Texas, including the city of Houston, for tomorrow and Monday. Flooding threat is mainly for Monday. And again, right now, landfall is expected along the middle Texas coast, somewhere between Brazoria County, going all the way down to Corpus Christi, with right now the center of the forecast cone going over Matagorda Bay. Coming up at 10 p.m., so less than an hour, watch us on KHOU 11 News at 10. We're going to have a full breakdown on that new forecast cone and any changes that it means for you as we get into tomorrow and Monday. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then.